Hi, boys and girls. In my previous video, I asked you to think about what lesson this myth that we're going to read is teaching you. So remember, myths are stories that were told a long time ago from generation to generation, and they had a purpose in that they tried to explain things in nature, but they also explained how things came to be. So what lesson do you think you're supposed to learn from this myth? Bear and fire. And by the way, this is a Native American myth, but there are many myths that are similar from around the world. So let's get started. Bear and fire. In the beginning, Bear owned fire. Fire warmed Bear and his people on cold days, and it gave them light when the nights were long and dark. Bear always carried fire with him. One day, Bear and his people went to a forest. Bear put fire down at the edge of the forest. Then Bear and his people went deeper and deeper into the forest to look for food. Fire blazed up happily for a while, until it had burned nearly all of its wood. It started to smoke and flicker, and then it dwindled down and down. Fire was worried. It was nearly out. "Feed me! Feed me!" shouted Fire. But Bear and his people had wandered deep into the forest, and they did not hear Fire's cries. At that moment, Man came walking through the forest and saw the small, flickering fire. "Feed me! Feed me!" cried Fire. "What should I feed you?" Man asked. He had never seen fire before. "I eat sticks and logs," Fire replied. Man picked up a stick and gave it to Fire. Fire sent its flames flickering up to the side of the stick until the sticks started to burn. Man brought more and more sticks, and Fire leapt and danced in delight. Man warmed himself by the blazing fire, enjoying the colors of the flames and the hissing sound Fire made as it ate the wood. Man and Fire were very happy together, and Man fed Fire sticks whenever it got hungry. A long time later, Bear and his people came back to the edge of the forest, looking for Fire. Fire was angry when it saw Bear, and it jumped up and roared at him and drove him away. So from that day to this, Fire has belonged to Man. All right, boys and girls, what do you think about this story? Do you have any questions? I'd like you to think about something. How do you think Fire was first owned by Bear in the first place? Were there any other animals around during those days? And where did Man come from? And if you were reading this story, what kind of story voice would you use for Fire? All right. What I'd like you to do now, please, is to answer the questions in your learner's book. It's part C, and I'd like you to do that, please, in your exercise books. All right, boys and girls, I'll see you soon.